Hi, Sandy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the ADK Rock and Metal channel. And today we are dissecting and pulling apart, ripping apart, whatever you want to call it, a song for your listening, viewing pleasure. This is a song by the band called Down. It's called We Knew Him Well. It came off of the album Down 4. Down has been, and that came out in 2014. They formed in 1991, a kind of like a big super group with members from different bands like Crowbar, Corrosion Conformity, Pantera, etc. And they haven't really put anything out since 2015. So this is one of like kind of pretty much the last sort of hurrah of the band as far as proper recordings and putting out. Mainly because there's a big guy called Phil Anselmo's been off doing Pantera. But yeah, we're going to break this down. We've gone away. We've looked at this video already. We've broken it down into 1 minute blocks, and we're going to play you 1 minute at a time. And then after each minute, give you our thoughts on each section. So let's give you minute from 0 to 1 of Down, and We Knew Him Well. Okay, first minute. Well, what can we say about this? Weirdly, as soon as this started playing, the first thing that went through my head is I was listening to this and making my notes. I'm going, if Andy doesn't love this, I'm going to be really annoyed because this feels like I was sitting there going, this is Andy written over for me when I heard this riff. But also I loved it as well because I love my Corrosion Conformity as well. But this is a sludgy doom riff to start off. It's got a southern groove, which is weird because Americans don't refer to this style of music as southern groove. When I say Corrosion Conformity, I go, oh, it's southern groove metal. They're like, what are you on about? We call it American rock. And I'm like, really? We call your stuff southern, but they don't refer to it like that. I love the small room format. I love the fact that it's like this bit of black and white in this tiny room. And then at the 30-second mark, we get this brand new riff, which is distinct of the Down sound. If anyone, when you hear it, I'm like, that sounds like Down every time. So yeah, I was loving it up to that first minute straight away. I'm like, this is my sort of thing. Listening to Corrosion for me, I can hear the influence of Crowbar in there. I can hear the Corrosion Conformity influence in there as well. So, Andy, what's your thoughts on this first minute?
Yeah, Down are a band you'd think I would like, and I think I would like, but I did have probably one of the earlier albums, and I just didn't do it for me. But you're right, it's a super group with the guitarist from Corrosion's Conformity, the guitarist from Crowbar, smattering other legends, including Phil Anselmo. So the mix is right for it to be a band that I really would like, but never really got into them. But this track is certainly better than the earlier stuff that I have heard. I love the sort of the old cinematic effect on the video. It's interesting you say it's in 2014, which kind of confirms the reason why Phil Anselmo looks as out of shape as he does. You know, it's certainly not Cowboys from Hell era Phil, is it? You know, in this particular video. But yeah, like you, I love the you know, I've put down, has anyone ever performed or practiced in such close proximity of each other? It's sort of like it's about 2 square meters with all 5 of them in there, including the drum kit, which is great. I don't know if this is a purposely found location or where they often hang out and rehearse. I've no idea, but it's a simple video, isn't it? Just sort of performance with a few other shots cut in there. The the single note riff that you referred to sort of after the intro is really, really good, and it's a great guitar tone. And maybe this sort of era of Down is something I can check out further.
Yeah, that 1995 debut album, Nola, is seen as a classic of sludge metal. And you'll hear people even use the term NOLA metal, New Orleans metal, because of Down. Phil Anselmo's raging vocals make this heavier than it would be if they had a bluesy singer like John Garcia from Chaos. It'd almost just be stoner rock, wouldn't it? And the main riff is like Black Sabbath on steroids, circa Master of Reality. I've got to be honest, though. This song didn't blow me away. It's very predictable. I've heard those riffs millions of times. They're not doing anything new here, considering it's 2014 and they were pioneers. They just sound like they're covering one of their earlier songs.
Okay, well, let's play the next minute of the song and see if everyone else agrees. It's minute 1 to minute 2 for you. Okay, it's actually interesting you said that about your riffs, Kirk, because I've written down here it's bluesy and it's almost like a free-flowing jam. It's like they're just doing trade-off as riff. Like, like when you're writing a song, everyone jumps on. It's like what the guitarist starts something and the drummer's just locking in and the other guitarist learns what he's doing. You play it like you do 8 bars of it and then the other guitarist goes, hang on, this is my riff. And then you all jump on that riff and then you go back and you play a fourth. You do like 10 minutes of back and forth jamming. This is what kind of this track became for me. This is repetition is key in this song. There's like 2 or 3 main riffs and they just rotate them and they just keep going through them. They use a few dynamic twists and turns to kind of show great transitions, but effectively it's what works for most doom bands. Here's 3 riffs. We'll play them 12 bars of it and then we'll switch to the next riff. We'll play 12 bars of that and then we'll switch back to another 12 bars and you just go round and round. And that's basically what it was kind of coming off as me. But I loved the riffs, but it felt like a song that was like a carousel. It just kind of didn't quite go anywhere. It never had that peak moment. It was just quite interesting from that point of view. But Andy, thoughts?
Yeah, I get the impression sort of throughout it could have been one that sort of came together fairly quickly. Possibly, sort of written from a jam session, but I think it's quite accessible and quite enjoyable. Nothing more really to add at this section apart from I said about, it's a bit of a super group and I've identified some of the members and it's a band that I should know more about. Kirk, is the drummer the guy from St. Vitus?
I'm not sure. I'll give you the name. Jimmy Bauer. Does that ring a bell with you?
He was Crowbar at one point, wasn't he?
Okay, yeah. I mean, he was in...
Or is he I Hate God or something like? I remember he was. He also played in Corrosion for me for a while.
Same area of America, aren't they?
Yeah, New Orleans. Yeah. Well, I don't know if Pepper Keenan's from there, but yeah. I mean, with this, there's a good groove to this music as you'd expect. Anselmo uses quite a unique vocal technique, which you don't normally associate with him. Where some of the lines in the stanza, he'll start as if he's talking, narrating, and then he'll intensify the aggression at the end and go up, which he's not really known for. I don't know what that technique's called. That was offered a modicum of interest, but again, it's quite predictable what's going on here. I could easily have it playing in the background, but it's nothing special.
Okay, let's play minutes 2 to minutes 3 for you, for those at home.
Self
okay, so this was the point where I suddenly realized there's no real chorus to this song. So I was up until this point, up to like the minute 2 minute, I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's like one of those things where they do like a verse, like they do a main riff, a verse, a little bit of a bridge, and then they go back and do another verse before they actually give you what the chorus is. And then I got to this point, and I'm like, okay, there isn't actually a chorus here. This is just kind of lyrical spewing over riffs. It almost reminded me of the way he was singing, like Henry Rollins does in Black Flag or stuff, you know. And also when he goes into he just likes to speak. And when he went off and did Rollins Band, and he just kind of he feels sometimes he is singing, but he's not really trying to go for a specific melody. He's just kind of off the cuff bluesing it out a little bit, which I thought was quite interesting. And there was a nice heavy transition riff at 2 minute 45, which I liked, which was good because it was a new riff to be brought into the mix, which it needed at this point. But Andy, thoughts?
Nothing really to add at this stage. It's sort of plodding along nicely, but yeah, there's no sort of recognised solo. It's kind of, as you say, rotating the riffs and the vocal passages. But it's accessible and fairly enjoyable. And I just want to echo on the video. It's just performance, but it's well shot, and I like I just like the look of the whole thing. There's sort of script that keeps repeating. I can't think what it said at the time, but obviously that's part of the song as well. Just echoing the fact that this is a band I should be checking out further, and I don't know why I've kind of missed them. I don't think I was a big sort of fan of Phil Anselmo at the time. After watching an early Pantera performance, because they're a band that I came in too late, and I guess I'm sort of a bit behind the times with the likes of, Down and the associated bands from this scene. Although they're ones I should really like, judging, my own band's sort of style and everything.
This band can write songs like this in their sleep. I think you said earlier on, Andy, it sounds like it came together quickly. Controversial question. Is this basically just a heavy version of dad rock? That offensive term we use to describe something as safe or sedate, that your dad is going to like because it's got the 12-bar blues in it. The orange amps and Deep Purple t-shirts support this observation. This is just safe music, isn't it? There's no
maybe that's why I stayed away from it, because it's not anything sort of too outside the realms of being safe, and I've used the word accessible as well. But when there's so much more diverse material out there at this time, and from the early part of their career, and more extreme as well, as you say, safe's a good word.
Okay, let's just put the last minute and 15 seconds on for the screen for you at home. Okay, so just to wrap out my thoughts around here. So this last section, we're getting some good guttural vocals, some a little bit of a lead solo jam going on there. It feels a little bit like the end is a little bit more chaotic from what the rest of it's been, but it is just feeling like a simple jam that feels like it's been in a rehearsal studio. It's almost like they had the riffs and they went, do you know what? Let's do a music video, set up everything to record, put some cameras up, press record. We'll record straight from the amps and let's just play it. And yeah, do you know what? There's a track, that'll work, and then we'll put it out. It doesn't feel like it was actually too much thought through it. And the thing I get to the end of it is I've got to the end of the song and I couldn't tell you a memorable riff or I couldn't hum back to you a vocal line or a riff line or anything. But it's the sort of thing that I would love to see live. I could tell you it's the sort of thing where you'd go to a gig of this and you would tell everyone about the experience you had, about how you had a great night out and you were banging your head and you were rocking out and you were having great fun. You couldn't memorize any of the songs because it gives you, it's the environment it creates of the music. As you say, it's safe, it's instantly accessible, but it's instantly forgettable at the same time. Andy.
Yeah, I've noted down the fact that it was a sort of a basic solo, which sort of comes from the premise that we've established that it may well just have been a very quickly put together track, and who knows, it may even been as simple as you described. Let's all get together, let's have a jam, and it record it after an hour of jamming. You know, that's maybe where this song came from. But from a visual point of view, I think there's some really, really good individual shots towards the end of the video, and overall, it just looks really good. And I'd be happy with that as an output. We talk about repeat value and everything. I don't think music videos necessarily need to have repeat value because it's there for promoting the song at the time. Unless it's really stand out, you're not going to search it out and look at it again unless it comes around on rotation on these music channels, which are few and far between nowadays. But as a music video to promote a song, to promote your band or whichever album this come from, I think it certainly does the job and ticks the boxes.
Yeah, this is the point, Dave, where I realise there's no chorus because Anselmo just repeats "Rise up, good luck" 8 times, doesn't he? Or is it "Wise up, good luck"? Yeah, it's. When did Superjoint Ritual come out? That was a few years. That was like early 2000s, wasn't it?
That's another band that, again, I probably would have liked and sort of with and didn't get into.
I prefer that material, and there's like a 10-year gap to what I'm hearing here. And I've never really sat down with that 1995 Nolo album, which is a dark album, and people love it. But this one, just going through the motions here, it doesn't. Yeah, I'd enjoy it live, holding a beer, swigging beer, and just vibing with it. But on record, it doesn't hold as much interest.
Okay, well, there you go. That was Down, and we knew him well. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video today, please do like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in another video sometime very soon. Take care.